short break off the bike can sometimes be very beneficial, particularly if you've been pushing it hard during the preceding weeks and need a rest. Spend more than about a week without riding though and you'll steadily start to lose fitness, so it's a good idea to get back on it as soon as possible. How much fitness you lose during a break and how quickly you can get it back depends a lot on where you were in the first place. Basically, the fitter you were, the sooner it will return. I got back on the bike yesterday after 2.5 weeks off due to illness. Today I'm going out again to do a bonkers test to see how much of my fitness I have left. Oh my word, that was hard. I've just been out and ridden the Edneys Lane course, which is 25 kilometres. When I rode this course 2.5 weeks ago, when I felt I was at least halfway fit, I rode it in 1 hour and 3 minutes, I think. Today I tried to do it in under an hour. I did it quite well. I was ahead of my time at one point. I was considerably ahead. I was about 1 minute and 10 seconds ahead. And then unfortunately I turned onto the last 4 kilometres of the route, which was into a block headwind, and lost all my time. I also encountered a little bit of traffic which delayed me even more. But long story short, I got home with 1 hour and 20 seconds. So maybe, had I not had the headwind, had I not had the little bit of traffic, I might just have made it. All in all, I'm quite pleased with that, but I will do under the hour very soon. So what can I conclude from this somewhat unscientific test? Well, it appears that my 17 or so days off the bike hasn't had much of an effect on my overall fitness. It kind of suggests that I'm as fit now as I was then, but is that necessarily a good thing? Does it actually suggest that my fitness was kind of way below par to begin with? In an attempt to answer this question, I went out yesterday and did a route that's roughly twice the length of the 25 kilometre Edneys Lane course. Riding a short course quickly is all fine and dandy, but you'll get a better picture of your fitness and where you are if you go for a more endurance ride. Now, my ride yesterday was 50 kilometres and I felt okay for the first 30, but then the last 20 just got progressively tougher, despite being slightly downhill and even having a bit of a tailwind. By the time I got home, I'd done it in a reasonable time, roughly 2 hours for the 50 kilometres, but I don't think I could have ridden much further than that, really. In conclusion, I think that I probably need to work on my endurance, which means progressively longer rides at a steady pace. Not to put too fine a point on it, I'm a bit on the heavy side. Now call that what you will, manly framed, bit of a Clydesdale, a fat bloke, and whichever way you look at it, being that bit heavier means that the climbs are going to be just that bit more difficult. But yesterday when I was out riding, I noticed that the climbs felt slightly easier, which led me to believe that maybe I've lost a few kilos. Now, getting on the scales this morning has indeed confirmed that I've lost about 4 kilos during my time off the bike. So is it any wonder that I was flying up the climbs yesterday? Flying? Well, let's not go mad. But this accidental weight loss has made me think that maybe I should try and lose some more weight with some healthy eating. So what exactly does healthy eating mean? Well, let's be realistic here. Unless you have a head full of rocks, we all know that it means low fat, salt and sugar, plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables, and lean cuts of meat. Eat that sort of stuff in the right amounts and you should be okay. Now, having said that, I don't actually eat that unhealthily. I have porridge for breakfast in the mornings, a sensible midday meal, and a home-cooked meal in the evenings. I don't drink excessively. I have maybe half a bottle of wine on a Friday night with my other half, or a couple of pints if I'm going out on a Saturday. But that's about it, so I'm not really going to fret about alcohol. But having said that, you don't get a body like mine if you live on mung beans and tofu. No, my downfall is portion control and cake and fast food and between meals snacks. Pretty much everything the so-called experts tell you to avoid. So if I can cut down on those 4 things, I should be good to go. Simples. Wish me luck.